Yeah, 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 yeah. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming at you live, direct, and correct with some more news. That's right, MORE news that you can use. And here we are on What's Up Wednesday. Come on, man. Y'all know that sound pretty good. Come on. I could do a commercial, man. Y'all already know. What's going on, everybody? Here we are on a Wednesday night. What's Up Wednesday? There's a lot of stuff that's being asked. What's up? So we're going to get right into it tonight. So I hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope everybody's getting this thing. My moderator in the background laughing at me. I don't know what I did. But anyway, I'm just being straight up, and I'm reporting live from Fort Worth, Texas. And I am your host, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton. How's everybody doing today? All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, and I ain't stopping through and hanging out with us. Hope we have some more folks come on tonight, because guess what? I always say that you guys are our co-hosts. So the link is in the comments, and if you want to come on and voice your opinion, we're going to try to start around by 7:30. So let's get through the topics first, and then after we go through the topic, if y'all want to come in and chime in, give y'all 5 minutes of funk to come on and voice your opinion about our Dallas Cowboys, because we got some stuff to talk about. But before we get into that, we got to do our former introduction, which we done that. We got to give our thanks. So, moderator, let's go with it. First of all, we'd like to say thank you to all our Facebook social media groups out there. So we want to say thank you to Cowboy Huddle Podcast Facebook. Give it up. All right. Also, we want to give a big shout out and big thank you to Cowboy Fan 365. Those guys, I'm telling you, you know what? You cannot just post anything in those folks' group. You know, if you come in with some old Pat last year stuff, they're gonna let you know that's last year. So give a big shout out to Cowboys Fans 365. We them boys, 520 boys, Queen of Honor by Cowboy Fan Club Mexico, Cowboy Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara. Hard hitters. I'm gonna miss those guys, but hopefully I get a chance to meet them. And One Star One Family. We had him on last week, and he actually just blew up. So we want to give a big shout out to all our Facebook social media groups that's out there that is supporting our channel and also playing our content in their social media groups. Yeah, this is great. So we got to keep it moving. So we got something else going on. So also, you know, I've been talking about this online store, guys, and it's up and it's running. So with that being said, I got to do this. Step in style with the Cowboys Huddle new apparels. Represent your Cowboys while supporting the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Great for tailgate parties, home game, as well as away games. Browse all of our apparels at www.cowboyhuddleapparel.com. Come on now. Y'all see that? But we got a lot more stuff that's in the catalog. So we got what you see here. We also have throw blankets. We have tumblers. We also have, listen to this, Cowboy Huddle sneakers. Okay, you take it down, moderator. Yeah. Oh shit, I got it lost. Let me help. Okay. So yeah, you guys get a chance. Go check out their website. And with that said, and I told everybody that anybody that would purchase from our catalog or from our online store, I will put them on our show. And here we have this lovely young lady, Miss Verdell Gwen out of Marshall, Texas. And as you can see, she is sporting the Cowboy Huddle podcast leggings. Give it up for Verdell Gwen. Yeah, we thank her a lot. I mean, she had the socks rocking with the shoes and all that. Man, she's doing her thing with that cowboy leggings. So yeah, it's a real deal. This is not no fake and shake stuff. So yeah. Also, we also have a individual that the Cowboy Huddle podcast is supported, and we are supporting Gary Cashhead Nito Hampton Jr. Give it up. Yeah, we are heading down to Laredo, Texas on April 20th, 2024. We got a big fight coming up. These guys are fighting for a belt. So you got a 5-0 versus a 4-0. So one of the O's got to go. So hopefully that it's going to be Juan Garcia. Yeah, so we'll come up with some more information. So if you're in the Laredo area, Make sure you come out, man, and I'll get more information on that fight, which would be this month. He's doing really, really well, but we are definitely sponsoring him as he move right up the ladder. So, when he get big, he can buy us that studio that we want, and we have all the equipment, and we can be like these big time social media groups. I'm just saying. So anyway, that's what we got going on. So we got a couple of comments. What we got going on here, moderator? Who we got in the house? Patrick Ryder's in the house. Give it up for Patrick Ryder. All right. Also, we already know WWE guy Ivan Sosa. Give it up. Yeah, that's what's going on. And they got a few comments, and they got some things they got to get off their chest as well. So, and we're going to get right into everything that you guys are talking about right now, but let's get right into some of these topics real quick. So with this first topic is, hey, we listen, the Cowboys are moving, okay? We're signing players, okay? We don't care what you say, but we are signing players. So according to Jeremy Fowler, the Cowboys plan to re-sign offensive lineman Chuma Adoga. Per source, likely to a one-year deal. Swing tackle with 6 starts last season. Can fit into the Cowboys' plan at guard or tackle, providing flexibility for the future. So, yeah, welcome Chuma Adoga coming back and hanging out with us. And I guess that's great. Let me turn this music down a little bit. I know it's probably a little bit too loud, but we'll turn it down just a little bit. Anyway, so that is something that's going on right now. And also, I don't know if you guys heard about this. So the Dallas Cowboys is to host multiple running backs, offensive linemen for top 30 visits this week. This come from Pro Talk. They are reporting this. So, yeah. So I guess it's safe to say that we all know that we do need to look at this running back position. And we also need to, definitely pay a lot of close attention to offensive lineman situation. So right here, it says, let's see. As the 2024 NFL draft approaches, the Dallas Cowboys are knocking out top 30 prospect visit at the Star this week. DallasCowboy.com reported a new batch of top 30 visits this week, and the group includes a bundle of running backs and multiple highly coveted offensive linemen. So in that group, guys, let's get down here and let me let you know who all's coming in. So we know that Cowboys have the 24th overall pick, and basically looks like there's a few people that they plan on bringing in. So it says the Cowboys will host Oregon star Jackson Powers Johnson, and we're going to get a little bit more about Jackson Powers Johnson, because that is a key piece that we definitely need to talk about. But also it says they'll also host versatile tackle center Graham Barton out of Duke. On the top of Texas star Jonathan Brooks, that's another subject we're going to get into. The Cowboys are hosting multiple running backs that they could draft in the 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th round. They'll bring in Wisconsin Braylon Allen. Come on, man. Have y'all seen this guy? This is the ideal guy. This is the next Zeke, or even better, but this guy's huge. And then we have Oregon running back Bucky Irvin and top 3 running backs prospect Trey Benson out of FSU, Florida State University. So yeah, that's our problem. That's our issue, because we know that, Tony Pollard has moved on. And right now we just have Rico Dowdle and Malik Davis, along with Hunter Luke and Deuce Vaughn. And I just don't know if that's enough. So yeah, we will be bringing in some top-notch running backs. Also, we're going to talk about this. Texas running back Jonathan Brooks, and also Texas A&M linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, and Kentucky linebacker Trevin Wallace. So, so we got some people coming in. Also, Michigan linebacker Junior Colson, and Missouri edge rusher Darius Robinson. So there are some picks that are coming in this week, and the Cowboys are going to definitely, I guess, work them guys out and see what's going on. And yeah, so Patrick Ryder says 5th-round pick, the running back from Purdue, Tyra. Well, if he's still there, he will fit the Cowboy system. Watch tape on. I already know who you're talking about, brother. I know who you're talking about, but the thing about it, I just don't know if he will be there. What's up, Pete? Peace of the house. Well, Steven stays true to himself about liking his own guys. Tell me about it, man. I already know. So, there he is. All right. Well, come on in. I got the link up, and I'll put the link up again, brother. Just stroll all the way to the top, because we got some things to talk about. So, yeah. So they are hosting a workout for these guys, man. And really out of that group, man, I really like that Braylon Allen. But I'm surprised they didn't bring Audric Estime. He's another one they should have brought in. That's a hard runner. But yeah, that's where we are. So that's what's going on. And also, this kick return changes. And I put a video up not long ago, and it kind of explained to some that wasn't familiar on how this works. Well, it's something that they're implementing and mimicking from the XFL. Is it a good thing? I don't know. Basically, the kicking team starts on the opposing team's 40, and they line up 10 across the line, and then the return team lines up 5 yards across from them on the 35, on the 30 or something like the 30, 35. The kicker kicks from whatever and has a kick between the zones, okay? And no one moves until the ball is touched by the kick returner. I don't know about y'all, man. This game is getting so soft. I don't know, guys. So, yeah, so no one can move until the kick returner actually touched the ball. Now, if the ball rolls into the end zone as a touchback, the ball comes out on the 40. So I guess it's good in a way. I could say you might create more touchdowns on special teams. Okay, that may be the case, but then again, if the guy can, find a gap, he'll take it. Now, what this means though, Cavante Turpin stock just went up. Give it up. Yeah. Cavante Turpin's stock just went up. He specialized. When he was playing with the USFL, the guy broke records. So this is definitely going to be really, really good for Cavante Turpin. But not only that, guys, you're gonna start probably see in this draft where these teams is going to consider a special teamer, someone that can actually run the ball back. I would not be surprised. And if it was me, I'm drafting, probably about 6th round. I'm trying to find the fastest person in the 6th round, and that's exactly what he's going to come in, and maybe the 5th round. And he's going to be my kick returner. So they're changing the game. But again, this is the question I asked, though, guys. If they want to prevent the ball from being kicked out the end zone, why couldn't they just move the kicking team back about 10 yards? I mean, we're adapting this new way of this kickoff and kickoff returning, but you really could have just said, okay, guys, say y'all kicking from the 30, 35, we're going to move you back to the 20. Just saying. But anyway, so yeah, this is one of the change, and I also talked about and what do you guys think about this no hip drop tackle? Do you guys think, this is the question, do you guys think, leave that up there for me, Monterey, do you guys think that this is an intentional tackle? Or is this something that you got a small cornerback trying to tackle a 280-pound tight end, and he's trying to tackle the best way he can? So what do y'all guys think about that? Pete said, could benefit us. I feel like we have one of the best special teams. Yeah, Bone Fisher, he is one of those guys that he would do some razzle-dazzle. He would do some flea flickers and some double reverse and stuff like that. So, yeah, this would definitely work in our favor. I agree. but there's no hip drop tackle. I mean, how y'all feel about this? I mean, good grief. Are we at the point we're about to get ready to put flags on all the players on the field? I don't know. So it just I'm baffled. I'm baffled. So anyway, so those are the two new rules that they got going on. And I think the kickoff will probably will be exciting. It probably will be exciting. I really think it's going to be exciting seeing the kickoff. But it just the thing about it is just you just could have backed the guys up. Patrick said, what was that Patrick said? Bring it back. We got to hit big on it. Man, give it up. Give it up for Patrick. Patrick, you so right about that, brother. We're not drafting. We're not drafting for best player available. Oh no, you bet not. When you know you need a center and you need maybe a guard or a tackle, you better not go out there and get you a safety. A safety first round. No, that would not be cool at all. But yeah, we're drafting for draft picks to fill these holes that we got. So okay, we got somebody in the green room ready to come on, and he's going to help me out with this. And he's always a faithful guy. You can always find him on the TikTok. Chip Game Sports TV is in the house. Give it up. Let me bring him on. Let me bring him on. Give it up.
Salute. You are now rocking with the best. Chip Game Sports TV. Right back at it again. Live on Wednesday night with my main man, G, the number one Cowboy fan and the Cowboy Huddle.
Give it up.
Salute, my brother.
Hey, Chip, how you doing, brother? You doing okay?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Of course, we're just taking it day by day. We're going to go back to Jason Garrett sayings. We're going to take these things day by day because that's what it seems like.
It has that feel. You are so correct. It has that feel, and we're going to talk about it, man. So I was just talking a few minutes about these rule changes. And first of all, I'm going to ask you about this new kickoff return. How do you feel about this new rule, this new kickoff return changes that we have? How you feel about that?
Well, first off, I'm excited about the fact that the NFL is interested in moving in any direction as it relates to a change. Now, it's a little tricky situation though when we talk about, hey, hold up, time out. Nobody move though. Let him take it first. Come on, you got it. Okay, whistle on. Let's go. Give me a flag on my right hip, left hip, whatever it is. We come from that generation. I remember playing little pee-wee football, and we had white helmets for my team. And the name of the game, it would not happen in today's game, but we wanted to get some paint on our helmet.
Get some paint on your helmet. Give it up.
That's back when we used to wear those Rodell helmets.
That's right.
And we'll put that Rodell on your behind right away. And
they knew how tough you were with all the paint on your helmet. That means you was putting in some work if you had paint on your white helmet.
Yes, sir. And but G, we in this day now where with all of the defensive player, what do you do for the defensive player that have practiced for 20 years of his life, finally to get to a stage and he can't go all out in what he prepared all his life for because the rule has been changed now. So now we got to adjust now on the fly and become a new type of player. It's going to reduce the hits, of course. That's what they want to do. It's going to reduce the violent hits.
Right.
But football to me is like boxing. I don't know if I would watch Javante Tank Davis fight if he put on the headgear in the live fight. You know, if they put rib pads on, you know,
Mm,
things that are such as with boxing. No, you know, we're not doing the bare knuckles. That's fine. We want the gloves on, though, no headgear. And unfortunately, in violent combat sports, you know, you want to lay that leather on somebody. You want to lay the smack down. You want to lay the wood. You want to hit. That's
that's
what
right.
football is about.
That's right. And down here and down south, man, we're big on rodeos down here. And there was a time, man, these cowboys down here would ride these bulls and ride these broncos, man, without just with their cowboy hat and just in their spurs. Well, now you even seeing that in that sports that they're wearing helmets and they're wearing protective vests. And I'm like, it's different, man. I mean, these kids, we used to ride in the back of the pickups. We used to
Mm,
ride in the back of the station wagon, with no seat belts. We
that's right.
rode bicycles without helmets. Those days are over, man. But with that being said, so that leads me on up to the other uh, rule change they made is the no hip drop tackle. And that's something I just have a problem with because I think, like you said, it's you work all this time to make tackles to be seen by professional teams, and now you have to adjust yourself to tackle. So, what do you think about that as well?
You know, G, that's another challenging one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so from the rule change point of view, okay, in the fact where our quarterback Dak last year got caught up on one of those tackles like that, but he was, you know, elusive enough to get that foot around so that it
Yeah,
wouldn't hurt him. And we seen people get hurt like that.
yeah,
But then on the flip side of the coin now, I mean, come on, what happens to the safety that weighs 180 and he's trying to tackle Derrick Henry, you
yeah,
know. So he's gonna have to get some leverage and get back to
yeah,
secure this tackle now. Now
yeah.
you're changing. Come on, we stop it, NFL. I mean, it's a lot. I get what you're trying to do, but at the end of the day, if I play football, I'm signing a waiver.
Mhm,
Any combat sport, I'm signing
mhm.
a waiver that says I agree with the fact that I may in fact get injured.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
and so I think it's a lot, especially for those who've been practicing some way, kind of like the horse tackle. You know, our
Yeah.
main guy back in the day, 31, Roy Williams, the king of the horse tackle.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I used to love when it was legal, love to see him get him. You know, but folks started getting tearing ACLs and all of this, and they take that one out. Okay, fine, but you know what happens now? You know, 10 years down the line, what does the game of football look like? That's what I'm
Flags.
concerned about.
Flags. But and I think another thing that football is so pretty now, man. Football is so pretty. It's not, nobody gets muddy anymore. And I'm not just dogging the game, but I just know the era I came up in. These guys used to play on grass. And
Yes.
when it rained, it poured. And
Mhm.
these guys were muddy. And it was no passing game. It was like smash mouth football. Three
Puddles.
yards here, 3 yards there
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I say that because I look at the players. They wear only small shells to
Mm-hmm.
cover their shoulders, which
That's
is
right. That's
eh,
right.
which adds to the probable uh accident or incident with a shoulder injury.
Mm.
They don't wear knee pads, thigh pads, and things like. I know we're telling our age, but at the same time, but these were protection. They even wore butt pads. Remember that they wore
That's right.
butt
Right there.
pads.
That's right.
But you know what the owners did? They protected their investments.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think that's where the game is going now, man. I guess the owners are paying so much money that the game is so pretty. The guys are wearing gloves and they got the towels and all that stuff trying to shine and everything to where it's just different now. So I guess that's what we got to get get used to. Also, I don't know if you heard, but we did sign an offensive line. We're moving now, Chip. We are moving. We are moving. We are signing folks. And I don't
Okay.
know if you heard, we signed an offensive lineman. You hear about that one?
Big number 71. Is that it?
That's right. Aren't you excited?
What did he start? 6 games last year?
Yeah.
Wow. A whopping 6. A whopping 6, G. You know, I tell you what, I could only imagine. I've been so busy today that I really didn't get to hear all of the news about, the other team in Texas. The
Yeah.
other
We're going to
Texas
get to
team,
that too. Yeah.
that other Texas team is going in. That other Texas team has something to say. That other Texas team said, okay, America's team, you do your thing, but we want Texas now. That's what it looks like. It looks like, and we got next.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Take that down for me, Monterey, because there's a message. There's a message. And before I get into it, bring Patrick Ryder's comment back up for me, please. He actually made a comment. He said, bro, on the kickoff, it would benefit Turpin and Deuce. That, you know what? Not a bad idea.
That's a fact.
That's a good spot for Deuce as well.
No doubt.
And, like I say, these guys no one can move till they touch the ball. All they need is one little crease.
They gone.
So this might work out in our favor. So I'm kind of anxious to see that, but at the same time, it's just totally different. But we'll see how that works. But yeah, there's a message to Jerry, Chip, and I want to share this message, and let's see what they had to say. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see. Okay, let's go here. All right. This is a great. Well, where's it at? I can't pull it up. Let me see. Oh man, let me see here, brother. Anyway, you know what? Maybe I need to invite and share the screen. How about that? Let's share the screen. Y'all bear with me. Come on, y'all know what this is. There we go. Now watch down. This is the real Bubba Dub. So he has something to say. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Jerry Jones, you a sorry motherfucking owner. And I'm standing on it. You gonna Houston shipping Texans go out and get Stefan Diggs? They already giving them trio burgers. They already feeding them oysters. I don't like the oyster. Next door with it. Come on, man. It's been 20-something years since we won. We gonna watch team after team lift up that Lombardi trophy and while we at the house every year crying. I'm tired of putting meat on the barbecue pit to watch other teams. I want to watch our team, America's team. I want to win.
Yeah.
Tired of losing.
Tired of it.
That ain't it. He need help.
Uh-oh.
All the help in the world he can get.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The digs we got like to dig in these holes and y'all know it. Tired of being mediocre. I want to be a winner.
Me too.
I agree with
Me too.
I got something for you, Jerry. Wrote you a song, fam. Hear me out. To the fans, we didn't see it coming. It all happened so fast. Now we slipping. Jerry Jones, you a...
So let's give it up for the real Bubba Dub, man. Oh man, so he has a legit. He said he's tired of being mediocre, man.
Tired of it. Tired of losing.
So with that being said, yeah, you just hit on it earlier, man. Stefan Diggs. Let's talk about Stefan. Stefan Diggs is headed to the Texans, man. And it says that he's bringing his tenure with the Buffalo Bills to a close after 4 seasons. In that span, Diggs led the NFL with 445 receptions and finished in the top 4. Wait a minute. Top 4. in receiving yards, 5,372, and receiving touchdown 37, making 4 Pro Bowls in the process. So let's give it up for Stefan Diggs.
Salute to the brother.
How you feeling about that, man? I mean, when you see our team down the street making moves like that, and then they got CJ Stroud, and then they got the coach, what's his name, out of 49ers. It seems like he means business, man.
You know, if I would use one word for that, other Texas team, the Texans, is hungry. It's clear that the owner is hungry. It's clear that the coaching staff, the GM, the front office, they're hungry. And you know, Bubba Dub, you know, as a fan, he could speak for so many of us because we're hungry.
We're hungry. That's right.
You know, we want some championships. We want to win. We're tired of going to work and getting talked about. We're tired of everybody asking us on Monday morning, are we still them boys?
Damn.
You know, and so, G, you know, when you get a player like Stefan Diggs, number one, you know he's a dog.
Yeah.
And that's what the Cowboys need. They need some dogs, and you flat out need some players. Because I'm just wondering, are we expecting to use the draft to fulfill our roster? Because we got so many holes at this point right now. So we're dealing with what we got now. Looks like we're all in as far as words are all in fact, on not going out of the building. We're in the building. We ain't getting nobody in free agency.
No.
So we're all in. We're all in Cowboy land.
And in-house. We're all in-house.
Yes, sir.
That's what he meant. Give it up. You got it, Chip. That's what all in means.
All in-house. You know, we're not
what
going
you say.
We're not going down the street. We're not going around the corner. We're not going north, south, east, or west. We're staying in AT&T. You know, and you know, we gotta do something. And I'm hoping, you know, because there's different layers to free agency. We all know it. But I just hope that at some point between now and August, that we make something happen and get some dogs up in this building. That's going to be able to solidify and anchor the front line of the defense, the front line of the offense. I think we got something strong in Brock Hoffman. I think 71 could show some shines and be something great. But what happens when they get hurt?
There's no depth. You're right.
You know, it's a scandal, G. It's a scandal.
Well, you know what? Let's say this, and I totally agree with you, Chip, because I think the most important position at this moment right now is the center.
Yes, sir.
We have no center. And I understand we're talking about Hoffman, but we don't know yet. But without having a center, it's like having a car without a steering wheel.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what it's like. So we got an issue. So we would not be like we was talking earlier, and Patrick Ryder had said that we got to pick by draft needs, and that's what we're all in on draft. You know, our guy Mike McCarthy said, "Hey, I don't get excited with free agents." And again, I said in the last video, Mike McCarthy has brought the Wisconsin cheese to the AT&T Center.
Yeah.
Conservative, no more flash. There's no more, Lamborghini. Everybody's coming to practice in a station wagon or a good time van.
You know, hey, you know, it's a Hardy Boys mystery out here. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, G. But I really, and here we stand, because we're the Cowboy fans. We've been rocking hard, you know, since Tom Landry.
Yeah.
You know, we've been rocking hard since Tony Dorsett, Ed Too Tall Jones.
We've seen it.
White, you know, we seen some glory days. We seen us lose when we was struggling, when it was Quincy Carter, Vinny Testaverde, you know, Randall Cunningham, right? We
Mm.
some dark days.
Yeah.
Then we seen some glory days. But when you get a window like you have had,
Oh
because
my
you
gosh.
window there when Roma was there,
Yeah.
you know, somehow in one of those seasons we ended up getting every defensive player from the couch. You know, one
Yeah.
day they're making hot dogs and at an ice cream stand. The next day, they playing football for the Dallas Cowboys. You
We've
know, we
seen it.
went through all of these changes, and you get a window like you got here in the last few years. How do you not grab this thing like our friends down in Houston are doing? They
Yeah.
see the opportunity and they say, you know what? We're not leaving nothing by chance. We got this young quarterback. We done took a couple of guys from Dallas who they let go, right? And Noah Brown and the other tight end, I forget his name, missing me right now, but that they came
Um,
straight from Dallas, but they
yeah. He's
balling.
yeah, he's down in Texas now. Schultz, Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz balling out there, you know, and they just adding pieces, adding pieces, adding pieces. You know, we're hanging on to pieces.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of pieces, but there's no addition here.
So, and that leads me to this next question, man. I mean, if Dallas is really, let me see, let's pull this up. If the Cowboys are really serious about Dak Prescott,
Mm,
so we got to get into this real quick. So this is brought up by blogging the boys, and it says obviously there is a ton of debate on Dak and
hmm
how the Cowboys are approaching this situation. Some fans of the team seemingly setting him up for a contract year, while others believe this is a bad idea. The thing about the idea, though, is that it is merely that an
mm,
idea. There is still plenty of time for the extension to happen, which means no line has been drawn in the sand, which I can agree to. So, he also has down here about Dak and where we are, but he also this is something that's interesting as well. So, they have down here are the quarterbacks drafted by the team since Aikman starting with the most recent round. So in 1981, we drafted Bill Musgraves in the
mm.
fourth round.
What?
Yeah,
Then
I
we
did.
came in 2001, we drafted Quincy Carter.
Good old Quincy.
2009, Stephen McGee in the fourth round.
I remember him.
Then we came back in 2016, fourth round draft pick Dak Prescott. 2018, Mike White in the fifth round, and then 2020, Ben DiNucci in the seventh round.
Hmm
So let's get back to this Dak situation. And like I say, if Cowboys are serious about Dak, why haven't they sat down and said, Dak, listen, this is what we're going to do. This is our deal. Why haven't there been any talks? Or do they plan on not extending, or are they going to do it later on down the line? What are your thoughts on that?
You know, to me, it's scary to even be at this. To be in a predicament like this.
Yeah,
Now,
it really
if
is.
if, if you want to be the team that say, "Hey, we're not going to invest in our quarterback," and we're just going to recycle quarterbacks through the draft. Let them play out that first quarter contract, get rid of them, draft another one, or get a free agent. However you do. Let's say that's what it is. Whatever
Mhm.
it is, let's say something though. Number one of all, say something to Dak. Because it seems to me the only thing we get some surface value talk coming from the owner and the son that he's our guy.
Right.
Okay. Was if he's your guy, give your guy a contract so your guy's mind can be at ease as he goes through this season. And not just like, don't allow him to be like the coach who's a lame duck coach. So we got a lame duck quarterback, it appears. Right? That's what
Mm.
it looks like to me and to all of us. It looks like we haven't made a decision on if he's our guy or not. Now, I always joke sometimes that I'm gonna leave if Dak leaves or blah blah. No, I'm a Cowboy fan forever. So whether Dak stays or leaves, I'm still going to be the Cowboy fan. I was there when we only won one game, so why would I leave? You know, but I really believe that they have to put something behind that. If it's nothing but a short extension, do something, work these numbers, because you not giving him any deal at this point hinders us from making any other move. We can't get a Diggs because you can't get your cap right. Why can't you get your cap right? Because of the cap price of your quarterback,
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
And which was our general manager's fault.
Exactly. We need to do it. This isn't smart business wise. I don't know. Surely Jerry's a smart businessman. You don't, become a billionaire and you don't get this franchise to where it is without being smart. But where he's not smart at is when it comes to paying players. Look what the contract you gave to Zeke. That we'll be paying him $6 million this year, right?
Right.
Wherever he's at, he's still getting paid. Look what we messed it up when we got Brandon Carr. Yeah, yes, so many people, where we messed up the money. And and another problem they have is they always wait too long to give the guy the loot.
There you go.
And when you wait too long to give the guy the loot, then when you get in a time for you to be in the playoffs, your team get the boot and we home on the couch.
What you say?
You know what I'm saying?
Bad management.
Yeah, bad management.
Bad management. So, and that's so true. So it is so crazy. But I'm thinking two ways to look at this, because I'm looking at the reason why we haven't made a move with that. And I know one reason why we haven't, because we let Todd France come in, and he made a move on Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. But let me say this here. That was a time, Chip, you and I can remember, man, that Jerry would say, if we can't beat him, we're going to go buy him.
Yes. And he was shrewd.
Jerry would go get, if I can't beat Deion Sanders, I'm going to go get Deion Sanders. If I can't beat Charles Haley, I'm going to go get Charles Haley.
And Norton.
If I can't beat Ken Norton or Terrell Owens, I'm going to get him. Yes, so sir. It makes me wonder who's actually running this organization.
Ooh.
This is something that Jerry would used to do. So all of a sudden now we had Derrick Henry out there. See, this is what was a telltale sign when we knew Derrick Henry is out there. And I know Jerry would have made that splash. That's just the type of person Jerry is. If it's something that's going to put the Cowboys on the map, he's making that splash. Yeah. And we didn't make the splash for Derrick Henry, not even give him a call. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, something's not right. Running back like that caliber running back, and you don't bring him in, don't even give him a call.
And he lives in Dallas.
Yeah. Patrick says Dak needs to show them he wants to win, take home town discount. Tom Brady did that. We'll get it back in the doors. True that. Okay, and that's it. That's, you know what? That is an option. We could do that, but until somebody sits at the table, we won't know. Henry wanted to come to Dallas, never even got a call. Exactly. So that's just what I'm saying. Jerry, it's no way Derrick Henry would have been out there without even getting a phone call.
That's a strong point. And now when you mention that, G, now you got me backing up in my thoughts, because we seen all these great stars that Jerry went and got.
Yeah.
And I think the last guy name I mentioned was Brandon Carr. They dumped about $50 million on him. We know that was a Jerry move. So, wow. I think that really maybe Jerry just ought to say who's really what. Look, my son's running the same team. I know I'm making all of these interviews, and I'm taking the reporter's call, but when it comes to the day-to-day operations of this team, is Steven, because that's who it is. G.
So
open me up.
Yeah, Steven could have a lot of control of it because Jerry doesn't. He don't roll like this. He does
No.
not roll like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we and here we are today, man. So here is a question too, and I'm gonna throw something in, and I know you remember this, and I'm thinking, okay, here we are sitting. We haven't made a deal. Todd France pretty much got Jerry and Steven by the gonads.
Oh boy,
He's holding them
he
tight.
put that contract on him.
Yeah. So let me just give you this scenario. What if, and it's going to probably ruffle some feathers, but I'm just throwing this out because I'm looking at all options. What is going on? So what if we're at this situation and Jerry cannot pull back his position as owner because his son is pretty much calling all the shots and he's at a standstill. And now here we are. There's no movement with Dak. What if there's something, and we've all heard about this. We heard about New England Patriots entertaining the thought of wanting Dak. Okay. People saying it was an April Fool joke, but I wouldn't put anything past anybody when it comes to the business of football. Anything can happen. So what if the Cowboys are entertaining the idea of trading Dak to New England? And I know what you're going to say. We can't do it because there's a no trade clause. But what if, and I want you, we're going back, and I'm just look at where we are right now. We are in like you said, it's kind of feeling like the Jason Garrett. But watch this. I'm going to show you exactly where we're going with this. But at the same time, we're at a standstill. And we haven't made any movements. But what if it's possible that Jerry can't make this call? So he brings in somebody. He brings in an individual that can help him regain control of this organization. And I think you and I know who that individual is.
How about them Cowboys?
And I'm going to take you back to 91, where we had one of the baddest running backs out there, Herschel Walker.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. And we had planned on doing big things with Herschel Walker.
That's right.
Jimmy Johnson came in. Jimmy Johnson did something that we didn't understand. How you gonna get rid of our best running back? We didn't had anything since Tony Dorsett, and we got this guy. Well, Emmitt Smith. Well, no, Emmitt Smith wouldn't even hear it. It was Tony Dorsett.
Right.
And we were like, what is he doing? This is the best guy in the world. And he traded. He traded Herschel Walker.
Yes, he did.
And got 500 picks.
Man.
Now, I say that to say this. Now, I know we said there's no trade clause with Dak, but this is starting to look a little bit more like some Jimmy Johnson stuff. And what Jimmy is telling Jerry, listen, you got to accept the fact. Todd France got y'all by the balls. There's nothing you can do. He has y'all. Only thing you can do is tell Dak, we're not going to play you. We're going to go with Trey Lance. Now, just follow me. Now, this is just a scenario that could be taking place. We're going to play Trey Lance. You can hold a clipboard. Now, do you think Dak will sit on the bench to hold a clipboard when he has an opportunity to say, you know what? I do have a no trade clause, but I'm not going to sit on the bench. I'll go to New England before you sit me on the bench. This is something that Jimmy Johnson would put, and I don't know if it's true, but it has that feel to it because he would dangle your high-priced guy, and he will trade him to get picks. And we've already talked about this as well. We talked about this could be the first season of rebuilding.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what, G? I like what you're saying, but because I think Jimmy would be that guy that would do something like that.
Yeah.
Because when we hear the stories of Nate Newton say they'll be, in practice, and it could be one of those high guys that you think is going to be here. They do one thing wrong, they go in the next day. You know, so Jimmy is heavy duty. He don't play.
He don't play.
So it would be good for him to be giving Jerry some good counsel right now about what we can do. And much as I would hate a move like that would happen,
Yeah.
like that could shift the narrative here. Number one, it'll show who the play, because the players, number one, when they come here, they so pampered, blessed, and spoiled.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
being a Cowboy.
Give it a hold on. You said something there, Chip.
You know, these guys are pampered. And you know, you don't even have to start on this team, and you're treated like a celebrity. You know, top notch. You got all kinds of reporters in your face. It's a media circus day by day. You know, you heard the guy Shope say it's just like a zoo over there. You know, I'm working out, they looking at me. But it's all about matriculating, getting those dollars in the building. Now, what Jimmy would go ahead and do with something like this is get some more players, show folks that's already there, these pampered guys, that you could go to if we get rid of that now. You know, so I suggest nobody get comfortable, because we want to win. And if you ain't trying to do it this year, we'll get rid of you too. And you go ahead and make a move like that. It will mean rebuilding, but how much power would you have if you say, you know, Dak is top notch? You know, you're going to say he's top 10, but since we're negotiating, Jimmy, you tell him he's top 5, and that's what we want from the Patriots. So we want some number ones for the next 3 years. We want some number 2s, sprinkle in a couple of 3s, and
we've seen it.
Rebuild.
Chip, we've seen this happen. We've seen this back in 1990. We saw this happen.
Yes, sir.
And this has a lot of Jimmy Johnson narratives to it, man. And what he's telling Jerry and Steven, listen, we got it. You guys already said y'all don't want to extend him for 4 years. What the hell you gonna do? You stuck with him. Yeah. Only way you can do this is say, hey, Dak, we're not going to play you. And Dak does not want to sit on the bench. And I love Dak. I love Dak. And I'm a big fan of Dak. But I'm thinking like Jimmy does. Jimmy is very impatient. Mm-hmm. He going to give you a certain amount of time. If ain't nothing done, come on now. We all say we love Jimmy. But this is something that could be done by Jimmy. But I say this to say that he's saying you got yourself in this situation. Only thing you can do, if you're not going to pay Dak, you're going to have to say, we're not playing you, and we're going to start Trey. And then Dak is going to say, okay, well, then I'm not sitting on the bench, because what happens, he sits on the bench, his value goes down. He needs to be playing.
And that's how Dak got all the leverage in his last contract, because he bet on himself. They wanted to franchise the guy. He said, okay, cool. Went out there and balled out. You know, then they went through the negotiation. He said, I want this, this, and that.
Yeah.
What you going to do?
Yeah.
They said, yeah, you're right. Now, based on the numbers that Dak put up last year, you could, you know, get some solid, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
Rewards and returns if you happen to trade him, because those numbers don't lie. Now, Dak, if you made that move and you told him this is what we're going to do if you don't want to trade, Dak doesn't want that value to go down.
No.
Now that value is going to go up. And if he balls out this year, now you're looking at $60-70 million quarterback. You should have gave me 50 before. Yeah. So that if you don't pay him now, he's going to ball out, bet on himself like he did last time, become so valuable that you're going to have to let him go. Why let him go for nothing now?
For nothing.
Yeah.
He wins. He wins. So, again, this is what Jimmy is telling these guys. Listen, you screwed yourself. And the only way you're going to get out of this, because you don't want to extend them for the next 4 years. You don't, because you put your foot in your mouth. So the only way you're going to get out of this is how you're going to go about doing it. And this is exactly the same thing that they did with Herschel Walker. Yeah. And we miss Herschel Walker, but within 3 years, that 3 years, we was back in the Super Bowl.
It was Lombardies everywhere.
Ooh, give it up.
You know, drink all the way around, you know, all the way around, set the table up. You know, they was partying, they was getting it on.
Yeah.
And you know, G, you brought up a great point, man. That because if they do something like that, much as you know, I love that, but you know, we all know I loved Tony Romo when he was here.
Oh my gosh.
When I was a little kid, I loved Danny White. My first jersey was a number 11 jersey.
Number 11, right?
Yeah, I'm like, let's go, Danny White. Let's go. Love Roger Staubach. You know what I mean? But they all had to go. You know, and yet we're still Cowboy fans. You know,
exactly.
I love them. I love Zeke. Zeke hated to see you go, but I'm still.
It's the business. It's
TP,
the business.
Appreciate what you did, TP. You know,
it's the business, bro, my
it's
brother.
The business,
and that's the thing. So you know, it just has a lot of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
It has a lot of Jimmy Johnson, and some of the people probably watching this probably don't remember that time, but we was there. We was like, "What is going on?
Yeah, this is crazy."
We saw that we got all these picks. We were like, "Oh, so what?" But we got Michael Irvin, we got Emmitt Smith, you know, we got Troy Aikman, we got all these players.
Then they start sprinkling in pieces left and right, sprinkling in pieces, you know.
But watch this.
Right against the 49ers, give us some of them 49ers players. Yeah. We was doing it all.
But watch this, Chip. This is what's going to happen. If this all goes down like it is, he's going to allow Mike McCarthy to finish out his season. It's just something. You'll see another probably one of the most top-notch college coach come in here and coach this team.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's where the game is going. You know.
That's where the game is going.
Yeah.
And I could see, you know, we look at these NFL coaches. Yeah, it's another gig. I got another gig. Like Mike McCarthy. I got another gig. Yeah, I got 12-5. That's great, you know. But it's not enough. But you do the same procedure that you did with Jimmy. Jimmy came in here and ran a bunch of those guys, those celebrities off.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I'm sure if Jimmy has anything to, he's looking at an individual that has that same no nonsense attitude, and he's going to bring into this clubhouse and going to hold everybody accountable and watch what happens. I can go for the next maybe 2 or 3 years if I see progress going in that direction.
I could do it too, G.
Yeah. And I think it's just something that I'm throwing out there, but it's like it just don't make sense. We're sitting here waiting.
Yeah. You know.
And now we know we're talking about, and you know, New England has this new coach. And he could be at the point, look, I need a veteran quarterback. I don't have time to try to bring in a new quarterback and, you know, wait 3 years. We need to be, and that's a perfect fit. If that was happening, I really don't want to lose Dak. I really don't. But you and I seen how this works.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I put on my TikTok when Jimmy Johnson and they was getting into training day.
Yeah.
So that's why I was going with, because I've been watching. I said, nah, this is not right.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jones would have when it got Derrick Henry. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's hear some from some of the comments out there, moderator. Let's see what they got to say before we get out of here. And all right, P says team needs quarterbacks bad. You know, teams have to be at least calling, and if a team is going to show the money, that can waive his no. Yeah, that's true. He can. He can. And we right now, guess what? New England has almost $50 million in salary cap. So
there'd be a willing spender too. I think.
Yeah, of course. Of course. You know, so what?
Because those reports ain't just sprinkling out there that they want this quarterback. Those reports are substantiated by a good reporter.
Good reporter.
That's inside the building. So he knows. Hey, they asking about that.
Exactly.
And then if you're the Cowboys, you gotta stop not talking to people. If somebody,
you gotta listen.
Player. You got to fill those questions. Okay, what we talking about? Dak? Okay, what we talking about? Well, you know, I'll tell you straight up, I ain't doing this. But I will do that. Let me go talk to Dak in France.
And like you said, you know, there had to be some great offers that's going to come with that. Like you say, Jerry, if you can't do it, Jimmy, I need you to go over and talk to him. Jimmy? Shit.
Yeah.
He going to will and deal, man.
Yes, sir.
He's going to will and deal. So, again, let's see another comment, moderator. What else we got out there? If you look at Stephen, it was the reason that Terrell Owens and we were close to getting to the Super. This is what Jerry Jones would do. He gonna go get a star player. What? No,
Yeah.
you come play with me. And you know, the press conference used to be off the chain
Off the hook,
when they
yeah.
sat down with Deion Sanders and his family. Then we got Charles Haley and his family and
Yes.
Terrell Owens. Come
Yes.
on now. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, again, we have to question who's running this organization.
Hey, on the way, I know we on the way out, but question, because
Yeah.
now since you mentioned, we know who the face of the organization is, but it seems like the son is running the team. Everything's running through my mind now. Was it the son that got rid of Cedric Wilson and Amari? Was it the
Oh,
son?
my gosh. Wait a minute.
You
How
know?
do you, and for a 5th round draft pick, Jerry
Right.
wouldn't have never done that.
Mm-mm.
Jerry wouldn't have never done that.
Mm-mm.
And I think Amari Cooper was the best thing for CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Yeah. And it showed once he was gone.
Bro.
You know?
So the question has to be answered, man. You know what? Who's running this organization, and whoever it is, and I'm gonna say this before we get out here. And it's not many pieces that we're missing, but we need to address the issue at open.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if you sit there and let Dak play the season out,
Mm-hmm.
no attachments.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe later they can extend him. But why would you miss all of this? You could have generated more money
Right.
earlier to wait later. It's mind-boggling. It doesn't make sense. So
No sense.
I'm at that point to where there is no way they can just let him ride out to the sunset on this, and then after the season shoot them the deuces and say I'm out.
I'm out.
So
crazy.
it's something to think about, man. I mean, you know, but you and I, we witnessed what Jimmy Johnson done in the past. So, yeah, it got that kind of flavor to it. P said the thing that is scary about that we are horrible at trades. Left alone, we mess around and get. Well, that's why we got Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we brought Jimmy in. Jimmy did. Pete, I don't know if you remember, but he did it in 1991.
He did it.
I mean, we had a gang of picks.
Hey,
for Herschel.
He worked his jelly. Oh, yes, he did.
So I see that in the makings, man. So we'll just have to sit back and wait, man. Like I said, I'm a big Dak fan, and I would hate to see Dak leave. But if this is a Jimmy Johnson move, I trust the process, brother.
Yes, sir.
I trust the process.
No doubt.
It's going to always look greater later, but we'll just have to see what happens. So, but again, man,
day by day.
Say that again.
We'll take it day by day.
We'll take it. That's what we're doing. We're taking it day by day, and we have to just sit here and wait and see what this draft looks like. And I'm sure after this draft, that's when there are going to be some moves made. That's where we'll know where we're going to go with Dak after the draft.
That's right.
So yeah, this is where we are. But hey, guys, I want to appreciate, give big thanks to everybody that stopped through and hung out with us tonight. Big shout out to Chip. You know, he always come through for me, man. We always chop it up and talk about our Cowboys. He is a diehard Cowboy fan, so I want to thank him as well. But do me a favor before you leave, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notification bell, so you too will be notified when the next video is posted.
Come on in the huddle.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, like I always say, stay safe and be blessed. We're out. Deuces.